What's going on, guys and gals? Fitzy here. Just got to the water. It's probably about 7:30 in the morning, and we're doing some carp fishing again at one of my spots close to my house, place that I fished I think once or twice this year so far, and we've done really well. I actually went carp fishing yesterday and fished pretty much all day from like 8 to 2 and only got one carp, like a 12-pounder. So it was a tough day of fishing. I just saw a carp come to the surface though, so I'm hoping we're gonna have a good day today. We'll see. But yeah, we got everything set up. We got the rods and the rod pod. Got my little bucket of pack bait right there. We've got the cradle and sling, a little bucket of water, and I've got a new chair. It's a Daiwa, I think folding rocker chair they call it, but it's my dedicated carp fishing chair now. Now, like I said, we just got to get the rods baited up with some pack bait. I got to get some hook bait on there. I'm going to experiment with some different stuff today, maybe. We'll see. I'll kind of go over my setup if we catch some fish. But without further ado, let's get these rods baited up. Let's get them out there, and hopefully we're going to get a fish. Stay with me. Okay, we got everything baited up. We're going to get cast out. I've seen a bunch of fish showing, maybe 4 or 5, just getting these rods baited up. So I think we're going to have a good day. And lessons learned from last time I fished this in the summertime, I got a ton of gunk out in front, so I'm just going to get out past that gunk. It's shallow enough that I can wade out past that gunk to land these fish instead of trying to pull them through that stuff. And I brought a second net. It's not a carp net, but it's big enough. It's rubber coated. It'll work if we do get a second take. All right, let's get these bad boys out there. Okay, rods are in, man. It's 10 minutes after 8. We've got the day to fish if we want it. So let's get some carp. We just rebaited the rods. It's about 9 o'clock. I'm gonna chum the area just a little bit. There's some balls out there. Hopefully incite a feeding frenzy. Yeah. I got my little catapult if I need to go a little farther out. Holy cow, I went to go lift this up to rebait it. There was a fish all of a sudden hit. Going out for him. There he is. I see his tail. Yeah, Don, I should have brought that rake. There he is. Holy cow. He is wrapped good and stuff. There we go. Ha ha ha. Get back here, dude. Come here. Oh, we got some slop. We got some slop. There we go. It's in the net. Holy cow, we got some slop. Not a pretty catch by any means. Wow. Look at all this crap, man. Oh yeah. Right in the bottom. Just through the hook. There we go. We just weighed this bad boy. 18 pounds, 1 ounce with the sling. The sling's a little bit less than 2 pounds, like 1 pound, 11 ounces, something like that. We're just gonna round it to 2 pounds, so take 2 pounds off. So we got a 16 plus pounder right here. Whoa, baby, come on. Stay with me. Beautiful, gorgeous 16 pounder. First one of the day. I went to go pull one of the rods in, the right hand rod. I was gonna rebait it. It's probably about 9:15 now. And go to pick the rod up, boom, all of a sudden the fish was on. So he like hit the hook right as I was going to reel the rod in. So beautiful 16 pounder, 16 plus. Let's get him back in the water and hopefully we can get another one. Awesome, first fish. Give him a kiss. All right, beautiful. All right, buddy, you ready to go? He's ready. He's ready. There he goes. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. Another one, and I'm just trying to get the net back together. This always happens, man. I might have to use this little guy net. Oh my God, another. Oh, there it is. Is that him way out there? Look at all this weed coming up. Holy cow. How deep's this get, man? Oh, it's getting up too deep for my care. Well, it just broke my rod. Trying to bring in this fish. It's a cheap rod, and now I know why it's cheap. Still got the fish on, I think. We're gonna have to hand them in. Just hand line them in. It's a $10 rod, so I'm not too concerned by it, but this weed is just too much, man. This will be a good spring spot, maybe late fall, when this weed dies down, but there's just too much of it. It goes way out, even past what you can see. Yep, there he is. And he's a small guy. Maybe not. He's in there. We're gonna net him just to make sure we don't lose him. Yeah, he's not a big guy by any means, but my God, this weed is just, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much to deal with. There, looks out on my broken rod. Okay. Okay, here's the fish that broke my rod. That wasn't really the fish, it was just all the gunk that he was in. 11.5 pounder. Beautiful fish, he's thick, but he's not very long. Still a small guy, young guy. But yeah, he got out deep, got all tangled up in that weed, and my rod ended up breaking. So now we're going to be fishing with one rod for the rest of the morning. He took it right as I was packing up from that first fish that I caught. I hadn't even got my net together yet, so I had to use the spare net. But we got him in. I had to basically hand line him in, and we'll get him back in the water. Grow up, become that 20 plus, 30 plus pounder someday. Beautiful looking fish though. Gorgeous, got gorgeous colors. He's got some fight in him. There he goes. He's ready. There he goes. Splash action. Mink, yeah. Well, we're down to one rod now, so. Oh, here's my busted rod. Snapped like a twig. It's a cheap rod, man. 8 foot, 2-piece, 2.5 pound. I think I bought these for like 11 bucks, 15 bucks. Cheap rod. They're nice for when I'm fishing these crappy spots that I don't really care about. My rod's getting damaged, laying them on the concrete and all that stuff, but this stuff, man, in front is just, it's incredibly thick, man. It weighs about 100 pounds, 1,000 pounds, 1,000,000 pounds. And I can't get past it, man. It goes, even where you see it end, it keeps going. You can see the tops of some of it out there. This is relatively shallow, man. It's got like the water levels are real low. You know, in the springtime, the water's up to that concrete or past this concrete pier, this concrete slab. Water goes above that in the springtime. So we're a good 3-4 feet lower than that. And you know, it's end of summer. It's just that time of year when water levels are low. So that makes the weed situation even worse. But yeah, the spot that we're fishing out in front here, it gets real deep on the other side of the river. But right in here, there's probably like a 11, 12 foot bowl in front here. And then it shallows out before it gets to the dam. The dam's just right up ahead here. But it's probably even shallower, and all this weed is just, it goes way out there. So I can't even walk past it because I start getting out past where you can see it. It starts getting around probably 4 or 5 feet, and I think it drops quick, so I didn't want to slip and fall into the water. But yeah, so we're just going to be fishing with a one rod till maybe we break that one. But 2 fish. So thank you. Always a cluster when you're fishing with Fitzy. Broken dreams, broken rods. Rest in peace, brother. You served me well. I actually caught quite a few fish on these 2 cheapo rods. As I said earlier, it wouldn't be normal if it wasn't a cluster fishing with Fitzy. Seems like every time I go out, it's just a cluster. But I'm thinking this spot from here on out for future is going to be in early spring, late spring and then mid to late fall spot. It's just too weedy once summer kicks in. I mean, it's going out a ways, man. That guy, he got tangled up a ways out in that slop. Way deeper than I could walk out to get him out before he got too tangled up in it. So yeah, it's just too much. And like I said before, man, the water levels are low. So we got the one rod, we're gonna bait it up and we're gonna fish till we catch a couple more, or until I break this bad boy. We'll see what happens, you know. We'll see what happens. Stay with me. It's about 10 o'clock, so got 2 fish on. Those basically last 2, the first 2 were back to back, so. Got that green stuff all over my legs. Thank you. One thing that I wanted to add too before I get this rod baited up is these are cheap rods, man. I got them like literally for, I think they were $11 or $12, maybe 15 tops. Got a cheap reel on there, but this site where I fish, it's this concrete slab, and you know, I don't want to bring the good stuff, so I bring the junky stuff, and just you know, I don't care about it getting scratched up and whatnot. But for all it's worth, man, those cheap rods have actually done me pretty well. You know, I've caught a lot of fish with them, and that rod breaking was not the rod's fault. That was totally me. I was trying to muscle that fish in, trying to muscle that fish that was trapped in about 60 pounds of weeds. I was trying to muscle them in, and I just tested its limits and it broke. So that wasn't the rod's fault, man. That was my fault. You know, I tightened up the drag and was just trying to horse that thing in with all those weeds, and it was just too much for it, and it broke. So nothing bad on these rods though, man. I mean, again, they're cheap, you know, and I've got some nicer stuff that I fish with, you know, at different venues, but I might buy a replacement for that, because it's a nice set of rods to have for these beat down areas where I don't care about them. I don't care about the reel, I don't care about the rod getting all scratched up and smashed against the concrete and all that other stuff. So alright, I'm gonna stop talking, man. I'm talking a lot, so I don't like to talk too much because I'm kind of boring. But yeah, let's go ahead and get baited up. There's a fish that just showed itself, came to the surface and splashed just right out in front, right where I've been casting. So yeah, we'll get baited back up, get it back out there, and hopefully we can hook into another one and hopefully land it, and it not be so dramatic, not so chaotic. All right, real quick, I just wanted to go over what I'm using for a setup and what my ingredients are for my pack bait. So I've got the 2-piece 8-foot 2.5 pound test curve rods, or rod now, again, cheap rods, and I've got them on 30-pound monofilament just to help keep the zebra mussel cutoffs from happening. And so far, since I've gone to this 30-pound mono, I haven't had any cutoffs on the actual line, so that's good. It's working. I've got Method lead. I think it's like a 1.1 ounce, just some cheap lead I bought off of eBay. All links will be down in the description of all the gear I'm using for today's fishing adventure. And my pack bait is Quaker Oates, some cream sweet corn, and some strawberry Jello. So that's my pack bait. It's got a nice consistency that it packs on there real nice. Usually I use like 18 ounces to 1 can of corn. That's a good consistency for me that packs well. And I've got a hair rig, and then on the hair rig I've got 2 pieces of fake rubber corn, and then I just bury that into the pack bait mix. This thing's weighted, so it should land weighted side down, and then the carp will come along, blah, 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 and then they'll scoop up that hook bait and hopefully hook themselves. So that's our setup. And the reel again is a cheapy bait running reel. This is again, I think it's a Nash, or not a Nash, it's a NGT. Yeah, right there, it says right there, NGT. It's an NGT Carp Runner 60 or something like that. $30 reel maybe, I think, something like that. But they're not bad. The drag on them is kind of crappy, but you know, again, for this spot in particular, I don't care about laying it on the concrete and scratching the crap out of it, so it works for this spot. All right, let's get this bad boy out there. And we're just gonna go straight ahead. And hopefully we can get this in without too many weeds. I'll just lay it on the right hand side, because why not? There we go, boys. She's back in. There we go. Oh yeah. Okay, we're on. Baits have only been on the water for maybe 10 minutes. All right, see that weed way out there? I'm gonna try to bring him to the left. I'm gonna use this little guy, this little net. Oh, he's coming right in, man. He's going right for the weed. Oh, come on, dude. Ah. He's already in a bunch of weed. There's the weed. There's the fish. He's behind the weed. I can at least get some of this weed off the line. Oh my God, it's crazy how much. That's just the tip of the iceberg, man. Do you see all this stuff? There's the carp. This stuff is so heavy, man. Still on, as far as I know. Just try not to break a rod. You know what I'm saying? There you are, buddy. I'm gonna use this little guy just because it's easier to manage with the weeds. This little net. Yeah, he's nothing big, but we'll take him. He's a small guy. There we go. He's in the net. He's in the net. There we go. Hooks out. Yeah, he's a little guy. Probably not gonna weigh him. Just show him off quick. Yes, that's kind of nice because it floats. Kind of keeps the fish in there. Oh, he's just chilling. Come on, brother. He's not bad size, man. He's probably a 10-pounder, I'd say. There we go. Get you out of this net. He's a small guy. He might be an 8-pounder, maybe. He is a small guy. We're not going to bother with a weight. Splash a little water on you. Come here, bud. Oh, yeah. Little guy. Little itty bitty guy. Maybe 8 pounds, I'd say. We'll take him, though. We'll take him. Sweet. All right. Going back in the water. There he goes. Back to the depths. All right. Get this back out there. I'm gonna go ahead and put on a tiger nut for a hook bait. I think they've been hitting my pack bait, but for some reason they're not hooking onto this corn. So got a tiger nut on there. See if we can't get a bite with that. Oh yeah, there we go, finally. It's been a while since that last fish that I caught. I'll try to bring him over here. As far as I can go. It's a drop off. Right there, it gets pretty deep. Come on, dude. Come on. Still on there. But again, he's in some gunk. Come on, buddy. Come on. There he is. He's got to be in this stuff right here. I can see his tail. Yep, I see his tail. I think. This is that's it. Is that a catfish? Some kind of eel? This is a catfish, isn't it? Yeah, this is a catfish. Man, the tiger nuts. The catfish love tiger nuts. No, that's a carp. It's a carp. It is a carp. Man, that might be a... You can see the top of them. Come on. Where are you? There it is. No. You're gonna stay with me. Oh, he's a decent size, man. He is a decent size. Oh my God, this gunk is crazy. There he goes. He's a decent size, man. There we go. He's in the net. He's in the net. What a nightmare, man. Oh, this little net's come in handy, man. This little net has come in handy. A lot easier getting these guys in with this little net. Than that big net and this thick stuff, man. He's a decent size, man. Might be bigger than the first one. I don't know. Maybe not. Hook is out. There we go. Hook's out of here. Definitely gonna get a weight on this guy. He's a decent size. The hook is out. Get him on shore. Get a quick weight and get him back in. Come on, brother. Oh yeah, he's thick. He is thick. £16, 3 ounces with the net. I thought for sure he was going to be 15 plus, and he's 14 plus. 13 pounds or 16 pounds, 3 ounces or 4 ounces with the net. So that makes him, I don't know, what's the math on that? I'm losing it right now. 14 pounds, so almost 14 pounds, probably about 14 and a half pounds because the net's not quite 2 pounds. So beautiful. He's thick, man. He's just not real super long, but he's thick. Finally got a take, man. It's been slow since that third fish, and I changed the hook bait to a tiger knot, and shortly thereafter this guy got hooked up. Beautiful. I think we're gonna make him the last fish of the day. Beautiful. Oh yeah. We'll get him back in the water. Come on, brother. Ugh. Oh yeah. All right. There you are. How you feeling, brother? You ready? Ready to get out of here? Again, beautiful fish, man. He's ready. There he goes. Sweet. All right, folks, with that fourth fish, I'm gonna call it. It's about 2 o'clock. We had a big lull there for a couple hours where I wasn't getting any takes. I was getting nibbles on the pack bait. I could see the line moving, but they weren't taking the hook bait, which was rubber corn. So I switched it to the tiger knot probably about a half hour ago, maybe 15 minutes ago, and I got a take. So yeah, 4 fish. Not a great day in terms of size, but they were all double digits except for maybe that third fish. I think he was maybe an 8-pounder, but we got the 16, the 14, maybe a 12, I think I said, or 13, something like that. So not bad, you know, I'll take it. Nice day to, or a nice way to spend a late summer's day. This swim, I think, is going to be a spring, early summer, and mid to late fall swim from here on out. It's a great swim, but this time of year, man, the weeds are just atrocious. You know, it kind of takes the fun out of playing the fish when they're getting right into the weed right off the bat, and basically you're just lugging in a big bag of poo to get them in, you know. So still fun to catch them, you know, still fun to bring them in, but not as fun as if, you know, the water was more open and they weren't getting, you know, into this 100 pounds of weeds. So, but yeah, no complaints. But as always, take care. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.